everyone. Today we're going to do some quick oblique muffin top. I'm going to add some arms with weights. You don't have to. If you don't have weights at home, you can use a soup can, pasta can, whatever you can fit your hand around that isn't going to be dangerous if you drop it, and maybe adds just a couple pounds of challenge to your work. So let's begin today on muffin top. Muffin top is actually the very top of your glutes. It's kind of like the shelf of your glutes. And sometimes we have it loop over our jeans because of some skin. Very normal, especially for people who've had babies. Sometimes it loops over because of a little bit of chub. But underneath there is a muscle, and we can absolutely tighten it up, make it look better. So we're going to begin in side line between two panes of glass with your elbow down, underneath your shoulder, or a little away. So what I don't want is this. From there, lengthen your legs and cross your bottom ankle over the top. Lift up from the bottom waist. So there's a difference between the lazy beach look. Squeeze into your inner thighs, and a string is just going to pull both legs up. You just saw a gap there. I would like no gap. I'm doing a horrible job. I want you to squeeze between your inner thighs. This is only like a couple inch lift. And as I'm doing this, it's real easy to kind of want to, or common, I guess, to want to sink down. I'm going to add the weight by just placing it on my leg, making it just a couple pounds harder to lift up. 3 more. 2 should be just a little bite into this area of your waist. 1. Now, palm towards the thigh. I want you to reach the weight up towards the ceiling. Soft flexion of the elbow, so not hyperextended. And just let it tap the thighs as you lift both legs and come down. Pay attention to how very little my legs are lifting. If you remain stacked in your hips, you will not get a lot of lift, and that's correct. If you open up your hips, you'll get more, and that's not what we're doing right now. Let's do 2 more. Nice and tall, nice and long. 1 more. Very good. Now, let your weight come down, and I want you to take the leg that was crossed over, take it in front, so it's the top leg. The leg that in back remains in the back. Erase what I said about stacking the thighs. I now want the top hip to come forward and your shoulders to square more towards the floor. We're going to just do a little rainbow with the weight by lifting it up and reaching it for the back bottom foot, and then come back. Let the eyes follow the hand that travels. Reach for it. The bottom arm stays quiet now. It's just there for support. And we're going to start this motion because it's allowing you to find in your mind's eye the muscle that we're attempting to work, which is right back here. So keep going while I tell you this. If you don't feel back here, let your hip come closer to the floor. If you're just feeling the waist still, that means your hip is still open. So let's do 2 more there, assuming you kept moving while I was flapping my jaw. Good, now watch my bottom arm here. Right now my fingers are pointed towards you. I'm just going to rotate it so that the fingers are pointed away. Elbow still remains a little farther away. We're going to add a little tricep press to this while we do that same motion. So tricep press, reach for the back heel and come back down. So adding the upper arm, but still focusing on muffin top. Keep going for 8 more. 7. This is typically a tight area of people's back. Doesn't mean we ignore it in our workouts. We still pay attention. 4 more. 3, 2. On the last one, stay up there, look at your back heel, and just pulse. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Good. Drop the weight. Take the leg that was on top and cross it around. Tall with your torso. Hug the leg in and turn around. This is my right leg. I'm rotating to the right. I can't look to the right, but if you can, just allow your eyes and neck to exercise and stretch as well by looking as far behind you as you can. Very good. Let's come to the other side, laying down between 2 panes of glass, really long, crossing the bottom ankle over the top, and the elbow again is just underneath the shoulder. Pull up from the bottom waist and lift up. Hips are stacked. Weight hopefully is nearby, or a can of soup, whatever you have. I keep showing that gap here. I want to not show the gap. I want to squeeze as if I'm holding something between my inner thighs so I can get those low abs and all that pelvic floor strength assisting the movement. 3 more. When we're finished with this, I'll show you what it looks like outside here because it's really nice. Good, now let's add the weight, just kind of making it a little more difficult. 2, just 8 of these, so 6 more. I started to slink down, so catch me on that, catch yourself on that. Let yourself pull up tall. 2 more here. Last one, just a little waist work. Now, arm reaches for the ceiling. Palm to the thighs, the legs lift. 1, 2, 3. Let's do 5 more. Keep the hips stacked. It should be a very small lift if you're doing it correctly. 3 more. 2, and 1. Excellent. Uncross the legs. Take the top leg forward. Let the back leg kind of stay where it is. And the top shoulder will now come as if you're trying to square yourself towards the floor. It's not completely squared. It's still slightly open, but it allows this hip to come down so you feel that you're getting this part of your body. So from here, just take the weight and let it rainbow to the back bottom foot. So you're reaching, let your eyes follow. Your spine will always follow the eyes, most of the time, I guess. So really looking to where you're reaching assists that twist, assists you to get deep into the muscle. As a reminder, again, if you don't feel this in your muffin top, then I want you to let your top hip come down towards the floor. Again, won't be a big range of motion, but it should be deep work. Good. Pausing for a moment, I want you to take the bottom hand that should be what was facing towards me, take it away, mind your elbow position, and we're going to push up as we reach. 2. If this is bothersome for your shoulder, you can skip this part, skip the reach of the bottom arm, and just do another set of what we did on the first set. I want you to work it, but not to the point of discomfort, pain, or injury. 2 more. Well, maybe discomfort. I lied there. Last one. We're going to hold it there. Look towards the back foot and just pulse. 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Excellent. Drop the weight. Take the leg that was on top, hug it in, twist as tall as you can, so we're not going to collapse down. A little string brings the sternum up to the ceiling. And look behind you, exercising your neck and your eyes. Excellent. Sit tall, cross your legs, or straight out, whatever allows you to sit in a tall position. Grab the weights or your cans of soup or just your arms, because this will work anyway, and just push up. Elbows and wrists at the same level, so we're not kind of lifting with the elbows or the wrists first. It's almost like we're pushing up a plank of wood until it is horizontal to the ground. So we go from vertical with that point, plank of wood, and then tall. Don't let your shoulders come along for the ride. Don't let them shrug. By that I mean don't do this. We're going to keep space between the shoulder tip and the earlobe, or your earring if you're wearing earrings. So up, slice. Now soften the elbow. A little bit down, a little bit up. Right now, my knuckles are up. My palms are down. I have a little grip on my hands, not a big clench. Where I always want to lengthen in Pilates, so just really little. This is working specifically the deltoid shoulder area, so as a reminder, if you have a pre-existing issue there, you're going to bring it in and down, but keep with the motion if you can. Maybe drop the weights. You should not feel anything pinchy here, just maybe a slight warmth or ache that starts to come over the muscle as it fatigues. But just bring it in a little bit, just in a little bit towards the knees. Nice and small, about 6-inch little drops and lifts. Soft flexion of the elbow. Do 2 more here, and then let's take it right over your knees, just a little bit down, a little bit up. 2, 3. These are 3-pound weights. If I had my preference, I'd have 2-pound weights, but when we ordered our Peloton, Paul chose 3, even though I was nodding my head, no, but he's a dude, so what are you going to say? Now straight in front of your shoulders, just for 8 more. 7, 6. This is so it's harder for me to lift my Moscow Mule later today. 3, 2, 1. Oh my word. Okay, cross it over. Cross it over. 1 more. Cross it over. Excellent. Quick ab series and we will end the video. You guys know the drill. Single leg stretch, double leg stretch, scissors, lift lower, crisscross. So let's begin. Right hand on the right ankle or calf, or shin, I guess. Left hand on the right knee. Find your tilting point, your comfort zone. Come down. Bring the knee to the cheekbone for 1, 2, 3, 4, 4 more, 8 altogether. Double leg stretch. Bring it in. Arms reach out by the ears. Circle around and hug. I'm going to assist my neck here. Arms by the ears. Arms circle around. Sorry, my drape is getting there. 6 more. Pull the belly in and up. You're maintaining neutral spine. Really heavy on the abs so the ribs don't pop up. If your back is bothering you, take your legs closer to the ceiling. If you want to challenge yourself more, skim them out right by the floor. Depends on how strong you feel today. Good. Double leg stretch. Flex the feet. Double tug. 2, 3. Keep your nose guiding between your inner thighs so I know that you're lifting up to your shoulder tips with your upper body. 2 more. 1 more. Good. Both hands behind your head, elbows wide, Pilates stance. Lower, 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 lift. You're only going to lower to the point where you do not create additional space between your back and the floor. So if you're popping your ribs on the extension of the legs, you're going to lessen your range of motion. Pull it up. 2 more. Strong. Last one. Strong. Bend your elbows. Boob to thigh, remember, elbows wide. If you do this, it's wrong. 2, 3, 4. My right elbow's touching the 5 things, so give me grace here. 3 more, I think. 2 and 1. Woo! Good one. Thanks for joining me. Tomorrow we'll do just heavy, heavy abs for 10 minutes. I think maybe that's my own preference because I feel like I've been eating so much since we've been isolated in. I don't know. I'm not going to lose weight from it, but I'll feel tighter. All right. Stay in. Stay responsible. Stay safe. I miss you all.